I was born April 10th, 1990 as Gina Marie. I was a happy, healthy, and spoiled only child. My family showed me nothing but love, and so far that has never changed. I grew up and slowly realized that I was not the baby girl that everyone thought I was. I was a young, confused adolescent. I knew what I wanted to wear, but it didn't match what my parents thought I should wear. I knew that dresses were not for me, and I would fight hard before finally just putting it on and forcing a smile. I was only forced to dress up for family events, which meant I was shy and didn't want to be there. I can't say that I regret any part of my childhood, though. When I was home, I dressed how I wanted. I spent every day outside playing sports, getting dirty, and hanging with the neighbors who accepted me for exactly who I was. I was a very fortunate child, and I never realized it until after I grew up. As I entered high school, I knew if I wanted to fit in, then I was going to have to change my outside appearance. I thought this would be best, and I forced it to happen. I made a point to buy girls' clothes and try my best to be a happy teenage girl and do things with other teenage girls. I was out of place and uncomfortable every day of high school. Luckily, in high school I was still able to play sports, and that was a huge outlet for me, especially when I was frustrated with the rest of my life. My friends that had accepted me for me were now gone, and they were replaced with people who thought they knew me, but they had no idea. I found a way to still fit in and wear clothes that were comfortable for me without blowing my cover. My hair was long, and that seemed to hide the masculine side of me fairly well. However, I hated having long hair and put it up every chance I could. Everyone just thought I was a tomboy and would still find a way to rationalize why I wasn't a normal girl. High school was the hardest 4 years of my life, but I don't think I would change a thing because it made me who I am today. Those years made me thankful that no matter what went on in my life, I had an incredible family behind me that was proud of me no matter what. Knowing this, I still refused to tell them my true identity because I thought everything would change. I told myself that no one would understand me, and it would be better for everyone if I just kept hiding this secret long enough until the day when I could finally move away and change my life without hurting those who loved me. I couldn't have been more wrong. After graduation, it didn't take long for me to cut my hair and to finally start to feel what it meant to be confident. This was a feeling that I hadn't had since I was a kid. I still wore uncomfortable clothes, but the fact that I wasn't forced to be publicly humiliated in front of my friends every day by wearing a skirt was an incredible feeling. I started college and embraced it. I was surrounded by new faces in a new place. This gave me the opportunity to focus on things that made me better. I worked hard in school and even harder at work. I knew that after I graduated, I would be able to go anywhere in the world to be myself, and that inspired me to do my best. I had been inspired to start traveling after I graduated high school, but I didn't have enough money yet, so I saved up and took little trips here and there to keep me sane. After I graduated college, I went to explore Ireland, Italy, and Spain, and I was able to spend quality time with my cousins in Italy. While I was home, I worked enough to save up and planned more trips to escape. There came a point where I couldn't hide myself anymore. My parents deserved an explanation, and I decided to give them one. I told them I was gay, which made sense to others. I was a girl attracted to girls. But it wasn't the truth, and for a long time I told myself that I was okay with it, but I wasn't. I just thought it was easier for everyone to understand compared to transgender. Traveling was a breath of fresh air, going to places where no one knew me, and meeting new people everywhere with the same wanderlust attitude. It's no wonder I became addicted. It didn't take long for me to get a job overseas, and I moved to New Zealand to start a new adventure far away from home. I lived with a family and watched their 2 kids who I formed an immediate attachment to. I left New Zealand with a lot of new friends and family, and a love for scuba diving. I traveled to Australia, Vietnam, and Indonesia before returning home. I returned home to focus on traveling more and more in my own country, and I ended up finding a girl in my hometown who would change my life forever. We met in person, and it seemed like I had known her for a long time. I told her everything about me, including that I was transgender, and she didn't run the other way. She loved me for exactly how I was, and proved to me that no matter what sex, gender, or color, I'm still the same person on the inside that I was before.